It's early morning in the heart of Zululand in South Africa, and these girls are on their way to one of the most important but controversial festivals of the year. Dressed in their traditional Zulu costumes, they'll take part in an ancient custom once thought forgotten. They've arrived for a virginity test. The teenagers want to prove they have abstained from sex and are free of AIDS. Every successful examination is greeted with cheers, and the girls receive a certificate. They have to pay 5 rands, around 50 cents, but it's worth it. I want everyone to see that I'm still a virgin. I am very happy. Because of the threat of AIDS, I avoid sex. These proud Zulu warriors, the very people who are infecting their wives and other women through unprotected sex, aren't interested in the test.
You see, it's not easy to teach them this condom custom. They don't know it. But this way, because it's their culture, we hope this, end of the day, it will grow.
Those who avoid the test will infect more women, and many girls will die because of these young men. Experts estimate almost 6 million South Africans are infected with HIV. Zandile Ntuli is a Sangopma, a witch doctor, who is trying to help the escalating AIDS problem. This young man has been bedridden for months. He can't get up on his own anymore. Sufferers are discriminated against and often ostracized from their family and community. This 28-year-old avoids the word AIDS. He doesn't really know what has made him sick. I can't help him anymore. He has to go to a hospice so he can be comfortable in his last days. He's been sick too long. He's also got tuberculosis. Mrs. Ntuli cares for 12 patients in various stages of AIDS. This woman was infected by her husband. He died a few months ago. Now she doesn't know what to do. The traditional healer is the only person who cares for AIDS victims. Here, hardly anyone knows how to help those with HIV.
Yeah.
No one wants to talk about AIDS. Fear and superstition are simply too strong. The magic healer calls to the spirit of the ancestors to heal this 41-year-old patient. But the only real help she can offer is with coal against diarrhea. and with herbs to counter respiratory illness. I advise the women not to have unprotected sex, but they can't stand up against the men. Many do not believe that AIDS can be deadly. In our culture, one simply does not speak about sex. A Catholic nun has just opened an AIDS hospice in this region. Here AIDS patients can wait in peace to die. The sisters don't expect any help from the government, despite figures from the UN stating that in some areas of KwaZulu-Natal, a quarter of the population is infected.
It's a great disgrace, or it causes confusion among the relatives or neighbors, because the Africans do not believe that there's something like AIDS. If you have AIDS in African society, you have been wished by your neighbor.
The neighbours want nothing to do with Tofane Madlala and her brother. Their parents died of AIDS inside a year. The 17-year-old ended up in jail because of theft. The two don't get any financial support from the state. We can't afford corn flour or electricity. In the evenings, we live in the dark. A relative gave us a little money, otherwise we would have starved. Sometimes we eat virtually nothing for 3 or 4 days. AIDS activists protest. They demand that AIDS orphans should be given €10 a month by the government and should receive antiretroviral drugs. In 2001, 39 international companies sued the South African government. They demanded the import of cheaper, patent-free copied AIDS medicine from India, the so-called generica. The lawsuit got bogged down in the sand. In the meantime, the industry offered cheaper AIDS treatments, but the government is now being reticent.
The problem appears to be one of accepting that there is in fact any medical benefit to use HIV drugs at all in the first instance. We can't even begin a discussion on what price should be or how we can help administer these drugs if the government is still questioning the toxicity of the drugs, the overall benefits, and whether in fact there is a link between HIV/AIDS. That is a fundamental problem.
Struggle for access.
Zaki Ahmad has been HIV positive for over 10 years. His NGO, TAC, the Treatment Action Campaign, works for cheap antiretroviral medicines such as the AIDS cocktail, AZT, which improves the quality of life and extends life expectancy of HIV sufferers. As long as they are not available to everyone, Ahmad, though seriously ill, refuses them himself.
For me, it is a scandal that the government has not committed to treating people. It's a scandal and a tragedy. It is every day thousands of people die in our country. The best academic models and surveys show that this year alone 250,000 people will die of AIDS-related illnesses. It's unconscionable, it's wrong, and so on. There's no logical or rational explanation for the government's position, and we would like the government to change that position.
In April 2002, Ahmad's organisation celebrated its first success. The highest court in South Africa ruled that the government must make the anti-retroviral